It's the easiest way to stay up to date on all things local while on the go. Read it on your smartphone or tablet. Download now by searching Bakersfield Californian in the Apple, Google, and Amazon app stores.
Welcome back to BVarsity Live. Here in the Dignity Health Studio, we've got a changing of the guard. Krys did that for us. We appreciate that, Krys. I just want to let you know that we appreciate you. All right. Oh, sorry. The studio here. We used to call this area the fishbowl, by the way. True story. Okay. Krys Barnes, Lawrence White have joined us. Josh Webb's still here. These guys are who we're going to be talking about on signing day 2016, next year. And I'm sure you guys are already sort of thinking about that in some respects, and you know where you might go and everything. Especially, Krys has gotten 9 scholarship offers. I think 6 or 7 of them have come in the last month.
Yeah.
Including some biggies: USC, Oregon, Washington. What has the last month been like for you? Just a few months ago, you're sort of little-known guy, and now all of a sudden you're sort of exploding.
Well, hold on, Krys. Before you get into that, I remember that tweet that I sent out yesterday where on January 26th, you DM'd me on Twitter and were like, "Hey, Trevor, I just got an offer from Colorado State." Mm-hmm. That was 2 weeks ago.
Trevor, this is not about you, man.
No, I know that. But I'm just saying, think about that timeline. 2 weeks ago, he gets an offer from Colorado State, and now the half of the Pac-12 is on him.
Yeah, it's been a crazy month, has it not?
Yeah, it has been. Me and my family are blessed to have all these colleges come after us, and I mean, it's just a great honor for me to get like half the Pac-12 come after me and 3 Mountain West schools, and they're all great programs to go to, great facilities, great coaches, and I mean it's great for coaches to come down and see what Bakersfield has, and have Lawrence White at Colorado State yesterday, and I mean it's great publicity for Bakersfield.
Did you are the coaches telling you something specific they like? Did you release some film they like? Did you go to a camp? I mean, what do you owe this to?
They've all said they've seen my film. They like the way I've looked in it as me attacking the ball and just being aggressive all across the board. So I mean, I'm thankful for them just taking notice of that, and I know I still have stuff to improve on my game. So.
Are you at the point where you've even started to narrow things down? Do you have a school that's a leader right now? I mean, is it all just you're letting it fall right now?
No, I don't have a leader right now. Me and my dad started to sit down and do our research and see what the best schools, the best fit is for me and my family as a whole, and just see who has the best, what I want to do as a major and that type of stuff. So we have to do a lot more research into it.
Is there an offer that came that surprised you, either because maybe you hadn't heard from that staff, or if geography they're from far away, or anything like that? Something that kind of made you say, "Oh, all right."
USC, I think was the biggest surprise. I mean, I know I got invited up to the junior day, but I thought it was just gonna be the regular routine, just me seeing the facilities and meeting the coaching staff. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I got to meet Coach Sark, and he told me they're going to offer me. So that was probably the biggest surprise out of all of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. And Lawrence, I know I talked to Coach Manning at Ridgeview yesterday, and he said it was an emotional day for you to get that offer. He handed you the phone. It was Colorado State. What was that process like for you?
Oh man, it was amazing. It's ecstatic just for me to go through it for my first time, and it's definitely a blessing, and I'm thankful for it. To know that the hard work that I put in, is finally paying off, and I'm just happy for it.
A lot of things probably flood into you as far emotionally when you realized that first scholarship offer's there.
Oh yeah, it definitely took a little weight off my shoulders. Just to know, I may have the opportunity to go to college, and so I'm just grateful for that, and it was a happy day.
For those who don't know, by the way, Lawrence, quarterback and a defensive back at Ridgeview, and Krys is a linebacker at Liberty, and you guys played a little football against each other this past year. Do you see each other on the recruiting trail now? I mean, is that all just between the lines, or is there still a little bad blood over that game?
Nah, me and Lawrence, we played football when we were younger together, so we've grown up together, and we're always going to have a tight relationship, I think. And even though that game, it ended badly for us, and I know it could have been a better game, but I mean, I'm not going to let that game to ruin our friendship, so.
Yeah.
Well, and you guys are also working out together on the weekends now, right?
Well, yeah, we'll do a little 7-on-7 thing, and we'll be together this Sunday working out and stuff like that.
Lawrence, the last time that we talked to you, it was right after the state bowl game. A lot of people know that you had to go to the hospital that night because of the concussion there at the first play of the fourth quarter. You're obviously feeling a lot better now, and that next day you and I talked, and you were just talking about what you needed to progress as a quarterback, as a DB. How do you think the next 4 or 5 months are going to go for you as you try to progress in just trying to better yourself as a football player, not only for Ridgeview but for your future?
I think it's going to go well. I'm definitely going to attend some quarterback camps, get some technique, footwork, and just working on my arm, because I want to be better at quarterback. But I'm still going to, go to some defensive back, play receiver, a little bit of everything. But I think it's going to be a, exciting summer, and I just can't wait to see what it brings.
And, Zach, you and I are probably both in the same boat when you would have to say, I mean, obviously the Drillers are going to be in there, but these are the top 2 teams coming back because, like with Liberty, they got players like Krys Barnes, Curtis Brown. You've got your quarterback coming back and Jordan Love, yep. Quincy Jounty, who Brian Nixon, he does not look like a wide receiver. I'm just telling you this right now. That is a running, but that's a Jerome Bettis in the week. And then with Ridgeview, Lawrence, you got
Jamar Moya coming back.
Yeah, exactly. You've got Little T.O. coming back. So Prevost, right?
Jalen Prevost.
Yeah, Jalen Prevost, who's also on the basketball team for Ridgeview. I mean, they've both got so much talent coming back. I mean, this is going to be fun. This is fun for you guys to know that you got a lot of pieces coming back, and you could try to get this ball rolling again, right? Krys, start with you.
It's great to know we have a lot of returners. I mean, we did lose a lot of key factors to the game, but we have guys returning that can replace those people, such as Curtis Brown. He's a great D lineman that can cause destruction across the O-line and cause OCs to be mad about it. And we have Quincy John to come back to fill Anthony's spot, and guys like Braxton Prince with the speed, and Jordan Love, he's a great factor in the game. And we're set all across the board, and I'm excited if we train hard enough and come back ready to go, that we have a great season.
Week 2, I think, again next year, right? At Ridgeview this time.
Yep.
You guys play.
Yeah.
What was yesterday like for you guys? What are you impatient, or are you sort of like,
don't be?
It's my turn. I mean, or
don't be?
Are you listening to what those guys say about the process? I mean, what was it like to watch teammates sign?
It was good. I was listening to Anthony talk about it, and hear him talk about how the process is just long for him, and I know it gets stressful, but I mean, I think I'm ready for it, and I'm excited for that day to come and see my family out there supporting me like they always do, and it's going to be a great feeling when that day comes.
Well, Krys,
Lawrence, I think I saw you behind the table afterwards saying yesterday, next year this is me.
Yeah, I definitely want that to be me, but I'm just going to take it a day at a time, because I know I'll never get this, chance in high school again back. So, I'm going to take it a day at a time and have fun and, enjoy with my teammates and my family, but when that day comes, I will be excited for it.
And see, Krys, you're saying that you're ready for it to be here, but you're saying that until Ryan, Gerard, Blair, Chris Swanson, everybody are calling you, about 50 times a day, and that's just the USC guys on the beat. Like, Gary Klein, Lindsey Theory, when they're calling you, hey, Krys, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Where are you going to go? When are you going to take your official visit? You can be like, Coach, I'm ready for this to be done.
Josh, are you saying
you're also going to call the Bakersfield College? But Krys, Lawrence, you guys are obviously, your first phone call, your first text message is going to be to Zachary, right?
Of course.
Yeah. You just got to stick that in there, don't you? But seriously, it is a special time. You only get to do it once, so you might as well enjoy it. Josh, what have you heard about these guys out there? I mean, are they names on the rise?
Well, I mean, obviously, I came out and I talked to Krys a little bit earlier in the year. I kind of felt that when I came out here and watched him, I honestly felt that his recruitment was going to blow up. And so, he sits over there and says, he was surprised the most by the USC offer. I kind of felt it was only a matter of time before those types of offers started rolling in for him. And Colorado State, they seem to be setting the trend out there in the Mountain West, and that they'll be one of the first programs to offer out there. And Mike Bobo, the offensive things that he's going to want to do up there at Colorado State, I think it bodes well for the conference. I think you look at the conference as a whole, it's an offensive conference. And so once other schools start to see that they're going after a target like him, I think that they're going to follow suit. And, Krys already got over the first hump. I mean, once you get that first major Power 5 offer, I mean, you see USC offers him within the next 2 days. It's like they just started avalanching, and I imagine it's only, the mail's only going to get worse from here. So, yeah, he's probably right around the corner too. People like to wait on quarterbacks. They like to see where they're at about midway through their senior year. A lot of early offers if they're 5-star guys, but a lot of guys like to see some tape on quarterbacks, see how they handle adversity. And it's difficult to see that with a lot of juniors because they just haven't gone through that process, a lot of them at the highest level. Fortunately for him, he has. So he's got a bar to meet, and if he can match that next year, then I think that he'll have a lot of success in recruiting, just as Krys has already had.
Well, and I think the biggest thing about Lawrence, too, is your shutdown corner. I mean, we saw that against BCHS. Yeah. You guys kept yourselves in the win column with that interception. And then, Zach, I think the biggest thing that you saw was during the state bowl game, you were in the booth with the defensive coordinator and the coaching staff of Ridgeview, and every time that there was a long pass play or a passing situation for Rev's offense, what were they screaming out?
It was always, get Lawrence in there. Let's get Lawrence in there. So and then, obviously, you go out of the game, and it changes the game. But I'll tell you what we're going to do. We got to take our last break. We're going to get Brian Nixon in here. Is that all right, Brian? Talk to you just a few minutes. You don't want to?
He's so reluctant, but he loves the camera.
Even 10 years ago, and Josh, you can speak to this, recruiting coverage was like nil. And at some point,
there'd be like one person out there to talk to Brian, all year long.
At some point, people realize that there's a lot of interest in where these guys are going to go play. And where they're, for
too much,
not just for this. Yeah, it probably is too much in some respect. Not just for them, but not just for the school, but for the guys too. Where you guys are going to end up, it's a huge life decision. So, I do want to. Brian's been through it a few times. I wanted to kind of pick his brain about that a little bit. And so, Josh, if you don't mind, we're gonna kick you off to the side, bring Brian in when we come back from break, right after this on BVarsity Live.
Welcome everyone. Nissan of Bakersfield has everything for the perfect car buying experience. Like our beautiful showroom, full of the most popular Nissan models for you to explore. And our fully stocked parts and service department from everything from genuine Nissan accessories to factory-trained service technicians to keep your car running its best. Plus, our massive inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles means you're guaranteed to find the right one for you. Nissan of Bakersfield is where you should buy your next car.
One thing about living in Kern County is all the great schools.
Bakersfield Christian! Carson! Stop now! Right here!
And no matter what school you go to, there's still one thing.
One thing! One thing!
We can all agree on. Kern Schools is the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our auto rates as low as 1.99 APR with no payments up to 90 days.
Kern Schools, the biggest little credit union in town.
The Bakersfield Californian is a great read on the iPad, but did you know that the Bakersfield Californian is available on your Kindle Fire? Or how about Google's Nexus 7, the Nook? You bet. You can also read a full replica of the newspaper on your Android-powered smartphone, on Apple's iPhone, or on your laptop. We have a solution for any device. E-Edition is free for subscribers, or just $7.99 a month.